Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Man here. Hope you're doing well. Like I said in my last podcast, I am out of town this weekend, so I'm not in my regular uh, studio or setup. But I saw a new movie and I wanted to get it out as soon as possible rather than waiting. Because I'm about to go out of town again for Thanksgiving, so better now than a week from now. Um, So I saw the new movie, the new Eli Roth film, Thanksgiving. It is a new horror slasher. This is actually based on a short scene in a Grindhouse movie. I think it was called Planet Terror, if I remember correctly, back in 2007. I think it was Robert Rodriguez and Eli Roth. Um, it made a bunch of these short films and put them into one movie. Um, And there was a scene where a cheerleader was jumping on a trampoline, and it was called Thanksgiving. And ever since then, everyone has wanted to see a feature film on just that one grindhouse scene in Planet Terror. So Eli Roth finally sat down and wrote a script, and here we are. What, 14, 15, no, 16 years later. Um, with finally a feature film. So, I was looking forward to this. I like slashers. I've seen a lot of Eli Roth films. Hostel, Hostel 1, Hostel 2, Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves and Ana de Armas, The Green Inferno, very messed up movie. But I've seen that. So I've seen not all his films, but a bunch of them. And of course, like I said before, Eli Roth, the most people is known for Inglourious Basterds, playing the Bear Jew with Brad Pitt. But anyway, I wanted to check this out, especially going into the week of Thanksgiving. I mean, why not go see this movie? So, one thing I think that I enjoyed this film a lot. I thought the gore is bloody as always. If you've seen Green Inferno or Hostel, you know what's coming in terms of bloody, gory scenes. Also, I liked how the kills in this movie are very creative. I thought each kill was interesting and different from the last one. So that was also something fun and surprising. Not just, a pilgrim with an axe, going to each person and killing them. We do have a scene with axe killing, but he also varies it with other objects that I thought was very cool. The opening sequence is awesome. It's basically what everyone thinks though when you think of Black Friday. People going nuts, losing their minds, not caring about other people. You basically see people in their natural habitat. Like the Joker said, people losing their minds. When the chips are down, that's when you'll know. So yeah, the opening sequence is just bonkers, nuts. But it is the catalyst for, then they jump ahead a year, and then we're backing in on Thanksgiving. And it's just, it's a bonkers opening. I will say that. This movie has a lot of humor, too. A lot of dark humor throughout the movie. Like I said, this movie does remind me of Scream. And that slasher aspect, a lot of kills, a guy in a mask, and like I said, this has a lot of humor like Scream does. So, I would say this is a better film than the recent movie that I've been trying to be Scream, like Happy Death Day or Freaky. I think this is a better film overall. This movie's only an hour and 45 minutes. I know it went by really well paced. Patrick Dempsey's in this movie. He plays a cop in this Massachusetts town of Plymouth. Pilgrims. I like seeing Patrick Dempsey in here. He hasn't been in a slasher movie since Scream 3. Speaking of Scream. Even though in that one he played a cop too. So it's kind of funny in that sense. But I like, he's good. He was very convincing with his accent for a Massachusetts accent. I was like, wait a minute, is that how you normally talk? And this whole time we've been fooled. But no, I thought Patrick got to do a good job. The other actors do too, and just, they're very unknown actors, like our main female character. The only other actor in this movie that I knew was, the main girl's father, who's the guy from Suits, Lewis, who played Lewis Witt on Suits. He's in this movie. He was actually in the first Hostel film, only in one scene, but he has worked with Eli Roth before. So it was nice seeing him. So other than Patrick Dempsey and the guy who played Lewis Witt on Suits, everyone else to me was an unknown. I had to go on IMDb after the movie. I guess I'm one of those guys. Who's that actor? Sometimes, even though I know a lot of actors, there are still times when the actors that I don't know, because once again, this is like their beginning of their acting career, and I gotta go, like, who are they? What other stuff have they been on? One of them was been on a lot of Disney Channel movies, so like, okay, that's why I haven't heard from them. I haven't watched Disney Channel original movies since the 2000s. So, the acting's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the acting. In terms of my negatives, number one is the reveal of the killer. I will not spoil that here, but it was kind of like, oh, okay. Not to mention the killer wasn't wearing their, pilgrim mask or their pilgrim hat when they were revealed. They're in their regular clothing. And I was like, oh. The fun part about a Scream movie is when the killer takes off their mask and you go, oh. I did not see that coming. That's really the great thing, the surprise. Here it was just, here I am, in their regular clothing, and I'm like, okay, a little underwhelming, undercooked, Thanksgiving. Also, before like the main climax of the film, it has one scene in this, we go from one scene to another scene, but it was like, how do we get from here to here? There's like something missing in the middle, like one or two scenes that were cut out to go from A to B. It's like, where's A 1.5? We're missing A.1 to get to B. Something was missing in the middle. And I was just like, that's odd. It really feels like they cut out some scenes. I mean, sometimes you notice that in movies, and then sometimes you don't. And they just, did a really good edit and really, found a way to combine scenes without anyone noticing that, you cut something. But here it was very noticeable. We needed more character development. I mean, when we are revealed the killer, we get the motive. And it's actually pretty, I liked it. I think it all goes back to the opening scene on Black Friday, or Thanksgiving night going into Black Friday. So that was the catalyst, and it makes a lot of sense, the motive. But I'm talking about all the other characters, like, even the ones we're following, like the high schoolers. I mean, other than a love triangle between one boyfriend and now an ex-boyfriend, and now a new boyfriend, and like, can we get some more character development maybe some of these other characters, these other friends. Yeah, we know he's the football jock, or two football jocks. One's an idiot, one's smart. The other girl, who we really don't know anything, the girl, Addison, the actress Addison Rae. I'm like, okay, I know her because I know the name, but in terms of the character, she has no character development. And then this other girl, who we don't even find out till like later in the movie, that she's from another country, and she just moved here recently. And I'm just like, there has been like no character development in this movie. I think the reveal of the killer was a little weak, undercooked. He should have spiced that up a little bit. And then like I said, there was a scene before we get to the climax, like the end of the second act, and then the climax, and I go, where's like the beginning of the third act? We're missing the beginning of the third act. We go from the end of the second act to the climax. Something's missing right here. Overall, though, I think I would give this a 4 out of 5. I think it's a well-done slasher movie, though, because the kills are creative, they're bloody, they're gory, there's a lot of humor. The pacing was well paced, even though I think they could have added more for character development. The opening sequence is crazy. I like Patrick Dempsey in here. And like that, even our main girl, she does a good job. I just wish it wasn't so focused on the love triangle. Ex-boyfriend, new boyfriend. So, did you see Thanksgiving, the movie? Not Are You Having Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments below. Are you a fan of Eli Roth films? And like that, did you think this movie was overcooked or undercooked? Matt the Matt here. Like the page, subscribe if you haven't, and comment. I want to know, do you like this movie or not? Would you want to see a sequel?